Here we are in the Muller Insurance Studio in Hoboken. And my co-host tonight is Roger Muller Jr.
Lenny, nice to see you.
And we're having a great interview with the proprietors of, believe it or not, Hoboken's last butcher shop, Joe and Steve Truglio. Say hello, guys.
I'm Steve Truglio.
Hi, I'm Joe. Nice to see you, Lenny and Roger.
And Roger.
Nice to be here.
Just my connection with the Truglios. My oldest son is a doctor of pharmacy. He's 49 years old. And when he was born, we lived at 255 10th Street. And my wife kept the baby coach carriage, which a lot of young people don't even know what that is,
Right.
behind the Truglio store.
Right.
So my connection is 49 years with you guys, but I think Rogers is a lot more.
Yeah, I was a little boy, and I remember that. And we used to, the carriages, Lenny wasn't the only one. I think it was like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know what he charged, like $1 or $2 a month for a month to park your carriage.
Just a convenience.
My parents, Hetty and Arjo Muller, lived down the street from the Truglios, and we're very good friends with Al Truglio and Lucy Truglio, who Lucy was my Aunt Lucy.
Right.
And great lady. My parents lived at 1029 Willow, which was my grandmother's building. So it was like a block away, and they spent a lot of time together. Mr. Truglio was a great guy. I used to love going in to see him.
Right. And he used to like to come up to here, to the Mullers, too.
Yeah, he was such a good guy.
Talk to your mother and father.
Yeah,
Everybody called her Aunt Lucy.
But Aunt Lucy, Aunt Lucy had a voice that carried, because I used to always see her. She would go, I don't know, you guys like sent her to the mailbox on 10th Street in front of Tucker's Drugs.
Right.
And I'd be over here, come out of the front door, and all of a sudden I would hear, "I love you." And it's like, oh my God, Aunt Lucy's on the corner, and everybody's looking at me, and I'm like, God, this is a great lady. So I had to like walk down the street and go give her a hug. She gave me a big kiss. She was like, great. Yeah, she's great.
Well, tell us a little bit about when the butcher shop first opened.
Well, my father, after World War II, he came home from the war. He met my mom, and he went to with the VA. He went to learn to be a butcher, and he went to school in New York. And after that, he went to work for my uncle's butcher shop on 3rd and Madison, John's Meat Market. And then the opportunity arose. The butcher shop was for sale on 252 10th Street that my mother's brother-in-law owned, and he didn't want to be in business anymore, and my father bought it from him, and that was in 1952. My uncle, he opened up, I think it was in 46 after the war too, and he was there until 52, and my father, he took over in 52, and he was there a few years, and the building went up for sale, and he bought the building. But the deli on the corner, Fred's Deli, he had the option to buy at the time. And
Was it Fred's Deli or Parry's Deli? We used to call it
no,
Parry's.
it was Fred's first.
Fred's first, then Parry's. Okay.
But he had the option to buy, and he passed it up, and he wanted my father to buy it. So my father bought the building, and on a handshake, he said that he would never put him out. Wow. Because my father was in the back store, and he had the big store. But because he made it possible for my father to buy the building, my father never forgot that. But in a handshake, and Fred stayed there until he got sick, and then Hank Parry took it over because he was taking care of Fred. Fred, he had no children, and it was just life. Life passed away. He got very ill, and Norman, Hank, we called him Hank, took over, and my father let him stay there because he was taking care of Fred. And,
okay.
And
I was always trying to figure out how you guys expanded.
And Hank stayed there until he passed away. In 1989, we took over, and that's when my father gave us the option what we wanted to do. So my brother and I, we expanded into the.
We broke to the store.
Oh wow!
We broke to the.
And then we went to the front.
Then we went to the front.
Yeah, but my father did everything the old-fashioned way,
Right.
And he didn't want to,
Hoboken never had contracts. They would shake hands, and people
That's it.
would do whatever they shook on. They would
And he stood by that.
stood by
Right.
their promises, and pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah,
The
so
world,
that's why
you know?
that's why we waited so long to
Yeah.
move it up to the front.
Very,
So it's
very
fair
nice.
to say that you both grew up in the butcher shop?
Yeah.
Yeah. I started delivering orders when I was 9 years old.
Wow.
Then I had a bicycle with a basket, you know, and you put the two packages and deliver around town.
Did you think that one day that you would stay there and you would continue the business?
Well,
Well,
we had the when I came out of the graduated from high school, I went into the Army, and when I came out of the Army, I worked before I went in. I worked at Levallois, Lorenzen for a short time, and then I went in the Army. And then when I came out, I went right into the store. Of course, my father was working there. He was there by himself, so he needed help. So I went right into the store, and then Stevie.
I worked in Maxwell House for a while.
Wow.
And then I worked in Crown Industrial for a while. But even I worked there. After I worked there,
You would help your dad.
I went to the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was no really going. It was always. I worked every Saturday. And it was always.
It was a family business, and he needed the help, and to keep
We
it
helped
going,
him.
we had to keep it. We had to work.
Now, did you guys live above the store?
Yeah.
You did live above the
Right.
store.
Yeah, we moved in. We moved in when my father bought the building in 1955. We moved in, and I've been there ever since.
Wow.
I'm in Hoboken. I'm in Church Towers.
So let me ask you, besides the quality of the meat, what do you attribute the fact that you're the last butcher shop in Hoboken?
Because we're honest. Because we're honest. We people come in the store and we treat everybody like family. And they come in the store and even I got a question. Don't worry, come back with the money. And when they say come back with the money, they say, you sure? Why, you're not going to pay us? And we became like family.
So you would say that you know the majority of your customers by first name?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Real quick, Roger knows back in March I was in Aruba. And we go to a Mexican restaurant, they have on a t-shirt that says Hoboken. And a young couple walking out, and the woman goes, oh, Hoboken. You live in Hoboken? Yeah, you live in Hoboken? We used to. Oh, where did you live? You lived on 10th Street. Oh, well, I live on 9th and Bluefield. Where? Between Park and Willow. So I went 255. She went, no, 253. So let me ask you something, because this interview has been in the making for a long time. Did you ever go in a butcher shop on the corner? Oh, of course. I went there all the time. That's one of the things I miss about Hoboken.
Yeah.
So you guys are famous. I don't know where they live now, but she
Yeah.
misses you guys.
Yeah.
I tell you a story. We had a guy that comes in the store. He goes, my friend is getting married in Hawaii. And he wants a wedding present. And his wedding present is, you gotta go to Truglios, get me sweet sausage, and bring me sweet sausages to Hawaii. That was his wedding gift. He wanted our sausage to go to Hawaii.
Now let me ask you this. Is there going to be your next generation in the butcher shop?
I don't think so. I have two daughters,
And I have a son who's an engineer, and he lives in California. And
my sister has she has one boy. He's 13 years old, and
Get him delivering.
yeah, I don't
Get
know.
that bike out.
Get him a bike.
Plenty of
right?
bike lines in Hoboken now, so
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
But he's you never know. But I doubt it. And but he lives in the city. They live in New York City, so. But you never know. He might come over and help us.
I have to say something. Lenny was saying about, what keeps you in business and what makes you so great. About 5 years ago, I started a Hoboken photo group. It's on Facebook. It's pictures of new Hoboken, old Hoboken. People share. People that moved away are on Facebook. They get to see things from wherever they are, Puerto Rico or Florida, and they always enjoy seeing the pictures of Hoboken. So, and they would say, oh, we used to do this and do that, whatever. So maybe 2 years ago in February, there was a big snowstorm. I went and took a picture of your shop and put the pictures on Facebook. And the comments that came up about your store was, excellent meats, great quality, superb, top butcher, highest quality meat, family owned and operated, 5-star. I love the Truglios, and they're the nicest people in Hoboken. So I mean, you see that online. It's just like you don't need anybody to say anything else.
We appreciate that.
Everybody that I know, including myself, I'm getting the chills actually saying this because it's so nice to be sitting with you guys and sitting with Lenny and knowing that my parents were friends with your parents from 1948, whatever, is a lot of years, and a lot of people don't know each other that long, and the relationships that were built in Hoboken went from my parents and your parents to ourselves. And when I get meat, even if there was like 20 other butchers in town, I would still go down to you guys to get the meat. It's always good.
Well, we
very
always
honest.
quality.
Yeah, the quality.
My father believed in that. Whatever went on our table goes on your table.
Yeah, your father's such a sweetheart too. I go in there and I just hang out and talk to him. He was just like so fun. I don't remember if you guys were delivering or whatever, but he would always make the time to talk to you and like, it's so nice, so nice. And nowadays people are so busy with their iPhones or texting or whatever. People don't even say hello to you. But your dad, your mom, and the way you guys are like so.
We
great.
never changed.
It's similar to the way it was.
And the only thing we changed since my father, we have an answer machine. And that's about it. Everything else is the
So
way
no online orders?
No, the way he started, with the
we
sawdust
kept it-
on the floor and the wooden blocks, everything the same. The only thing we always put quality on the table, and
What made a difference too is that we go out and we pick the meat out ourselves. So we're in the market every day.
Who goes to the market?
I go to the market. And
Where do you
Stevie
find time
opens
to
up-
work?
Yeah, well, I go.
Wow.
I go at 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I go to the market every day. So we pick out most of the stuff that we sell. So that's a factor.
Is being a butcher an easy job?
No.
I mean, I worked in a deli for 5 years.
That's why you don't see
for
anything.
Marty Vitale, and it was rough working in a deli, cutting meat and cleaning up and working 12 hours in a row, whatever, on your legs.
It's like it's hard work,
That's why you don't see any more butcher shops. I mean,
because
it's
the
hard
hours you
work.
put
And,
in,
Hard
And
work.
if-
Isn't that something where
Dangerous with the knives and
no,
Isn't that something you take off the shelf? It's something you have to prepare, and you can get stuff ready. It's not something where people come in and take off the shelf.
Did Steve know? Did Stevie know that Joey was thinking about going to be a doctor one time because his father taught him how to operate on animals, and he was going to be a veterinarian? You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he
Well,
could
that's why
fillet anything.
Doctors get paid the money they do because you could. After they get done with it, you could walk away. When we get done, you can't walk
So we
away.
all finish. They can't put it back together again.
Did you guys go to school or your father
No,
taught
my
you?
father.
No, father taught us.
Yeah,
He went to school. He went to a butcher school.
Yeah, he taught us everything.
I still have his books and stuff that he went when he went through the VA
When did your father pass away?
in 1992.
Wow.
So he saw the
Yeah, he saw the front store
open up.
Yeah.
Good,
He
good.
saw the front store open, which made him very happy.
Yeah.
And which he is happy today.
Yeah.
And he sees us down and working, and he must feel well.
When it rains, I see a lot of rainbows, so I think he's like, up on
Yeah.
that rainbow looking down.
I
And
think he's happy.
Yeah.
said the kids are good kids, man. They work hard.
Yeah.
My mom, and we're lucky. We have a great family. We have great wives.
So
Our wives
how old are your kids?
supporters. Steven is 38.
Wow, you look so young.
And
What about your daughters?
My Lucy's 35 and Joanna is 26.
Wow. And
Yeah.
I have to say
So
that the famous person in your family, I think, is your sister. I was watching The Cake Boss one time, and all of a sudden I see your sister on the show, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. I think she worked for Sesame Street for a while. And
Yeah, she
what's your sister's name?
Rosemary.
Rosemary.
She went to.
I made a mistake. My son is 20. It's going to be 28.
Oh,
yeah, because he's Joanna's age.
Yeah. He's going to be 28.
Okay, we're all 10 years younger now, so this is a good thing.
My sister Rosemary, she helped us out in the store too, but she
Went to college.
She graduated from Rutgers and then she went
Smart
to
girl.
Kansas, and she got her master's and her doctorate out in Kansas, and she worked at Teachers College. She taught there for up in Columbia at Teachers College for a while, and then she moved to Sesame Street, and she's been there.
She's still there.
since.
Wow.
She's still at
Yeah.
Sesame Street.
I'm friends with your sister, I think, on Facebook. We've been friends a long time, too.
Yeah,
And
right.
very, very smart girl.
Yeah,
Very smart
She
girl.
did real well.
Every time I went in the store and asked how she was doing, oh, she's in college.
Yeah.
She was still in college after 4 years.
Yeah, she
so she
did.
got a
She went
master's.
straight
That's good.
through.
Good job.
Yeah.
So,
You know, you guys, the Truglios, Roger Muller, this is what makes Hoboken what Hoboken is today. When you guys finally close that store, I don't know if Roger's kids are going to take over this store. It's all gone. We
Yeah.
deal on a first-name basis. I dealt on a first-name basis with Roger's father.
Right.
With Roger, I walked in, I had a problem with my house. Explained to the girl. Roger described my house to her. I was like, well, you know,
Yeah.
this is the Hoboken that we all grew up in.
Right.
And little by little, it's disappearing.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about that? The changes in Hoboken.
Well, we saw a big change. You know, we saw all the changes because when my father opened up in 52, and we saw the town changed. It was, you know, mostly immigrant. You know, all our customers were Italian. You know, and then as the town changed, our clientele changed, and all, you know, we saw the whole neighborhood change. All our friends, everybody, we're the only ones left on the block. The whole, you know, everybody's gone. All
Lenny
our
still
friends
lives
are
around the
gone.
corner, and I still live on Washington Street, so we're still here.
At one time, nobody wanted Hoboken. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, well, we know.
I mean, years ago, you could have bought pieces of property for, you know, really nothing. Nobody wanted to come into Hoboken. Now you hear the old people who families are coming back. You go, well, I should have stayed in Hoboken. You go, where's
All the
my
children are coming back
Where's
now.
my grandchildren? They're in Hoboken.
Like you said, you're the last guys left. Across the street was Muse's.
Right,
Deli.
On the
Muse's?
corner was
Yeah.
Duke's Pharmacy.
right.
Gigi Lisa had the restaurant on
Right.
the corner.
Lisa's
The
restaurant.
old Uptown.
Right.
Ralph's
Ralph's
and
vegetable
Vito.
store.
They had
Ralph and
Muses.
Vito.
Lot of Muses, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
that's
the,
around the corner is Steve, the candy store.
Stay, the little store around the corner,
Yes, the candy
exactly.
store.
yeah, that was all right there on 10th Street.
And up the block was Jerry, the cleaners.
On 10th Street, you had to keep on walking up towards Washington Street, get my
Right.
neighborhood, please.
Right.
Well, then you had the other books
All
up there, Piero's.
Piero's
Okay,
was there.
we have a
The
question
Piero's.
for you. Who were the brothers that sold shoes right before?
Kutzlak.
Oh,
Kutzlak.
Sam Kuslak.
Kuslak,
Yeah.
Nellie's. We
Good
had
guys.
Nellie's on the next
Nellie's
corner.
Deli, yeah.
And there was a vegetable store before Nellie. I don't remember the
That
name
was
of
her
it.
mother and father.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was Nellie's mother and father.
they had the vegetable store. Then Nellie had
And she
it.
took it
Yeah.
over, and now it's a convenience store again, but it's totally
But
different.
going back to the Muses across the street,
Oh, the son
they
was an owner.
had they only had one son, and he got killed in Vietnam, and it actually it's 50 years
This year.
that he's
His name's on
passed away.
a plaque on.
His name is Sixteen
Fourth-
Garden. The church on the corner of Sixteen
Sixteen
Garden has a, I'll call it a bulletin board,
Right.
a brick board.
Yeah.
It's dedicated Louis
50
Musa
years.
II.
Yeah.
His grandfather was Louis Musa, who was quite a character.
Yes.
I used to go with Musa's, and whatever you bought, put it in a bag and a handful of pretzels.
Right. That's you as your change.
Yeah.
Instead of getting change, you got
You know,
pretzels.
You talk about people that come in the store and are really nice people, and we meet so many different kind of people. You know, all kinds of cultures and everything, and it's,
You're the bridge. You're what makes Hoboken Hoboken. You're literally the bridge.
So who are some of the famous people?
old-timers, the newcomers, the yuppies, the whatevers. You know?
you know,
Do you ever have any famous people come in and buy meat at your store?
famous people. Yeah.
Yeah, AJ, right?
AJ, yeah, she came in, and I didn't know who she was, and she was ordering meat, and I had a picture of Frank Sinatra Day in 1946 on the counter, and she said to me, "I never saw this picture before." So I explained to her, like I said, I didn't know who she was. I explained to her that was Frank Sinatra Day in Hoboken, and my uncle was on the fire truck, Matty Peluso. We called him our uncle, but he wasn't our blood uncle, but he was our uncle. And she said, well, she says to me, well, that's my grandfather, and that's how I knew that she was Frank. But she lived in Hoboken for a while, and she used to come in once in a while. Every once in a while, she used to come in.
Nice, very nice for
Yeah.
But then there was a very famous Hoboken playwright who I'm sure came in your butcher shop.
Yeah, he came in every day. It was my wife's uncle, Louis LaRusso. Yeah, he had a few plays on Broadway.
Didn't he discover Danny Aiello?
Danny started in his plays. Yeah.
And then he
was
continued on to many movies.
Yeah,
Moonstruck
and his career, and then his
With
career
Cher.
went on. But he actually,
amazing.
He actually started in
Knockout.
Knockout and Lamppost Reunion. Yeah, and Wheelbarrow Closing. They were all on Broadway.
Ed O'Neill was in one of his.
And yeah, Ed O'Neill was in Knockout. He started out
And what's Ed O'Neill in now?
Modern Family.
Modern Family. That's pretty good.
Yeah, they were very good friends.
Uncle did a good job there.
Yeah, he lived in the Willow Terrace, and there was a fight one night with Tyson, and he called me up and he says, "Joe, come down. I got the fight tonight, and I want to watch it with you." So I said, "All right, I'll be down." And I rang the bell, and I went in, and Ed O'Neill was sitting on the couch.
That's cool.
He came to visit him, but he didn't want to. He knew that he was going to be there, but he wanted to surprise me. And we watched the fight together.
So there was a fight with Tyson Chicken, or was it Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson. I forget who he was playing, but who he was fighting. But
I heard that you
he
put
knocked
out
him out.
Tyson Chicken. You knocked out of business, right? Purdue, I don't hear much about either. You know,
No.
you guys have fresh stuff.
Just to talk a second about Louis, I think he also did some work on the script for the original Godfather movie.
Well, that I don't know.
Yeah, I looked him up. I Googled him one time, and
But he.
didn't know he was impressed with some of the movies that he did.
But he did. Yeah. But he did work on Saturday Night Fever. I know that for a fact. Not The Godfather, but on Saturday Night Fever.
Hey, can I get you guys in trouble now? Who's some of your favorite customers?
All our customers are favorite
Yeah,
customers. We treat everybody the same.
Okay, so now I have to tell you, about 3 weeks ago, I had one of my old Hoboken friends come to visit from Florida, and he parks his car down on First Street, walks different stores, and he still finds people that he knows. And when he got up in our neighborhood, he stopped by Pat Severino and visited Severino Real Estate.
Right.
He comes here, visits Muller Insurance. Okay, after visiting here, he goes to his buddies at Truglios Meat Market.
That's right.
Who is that guy?
Robert Trapani.
Yes, sir. And he was so happy to. He's like, I got to get out of here. He goes, I love hanging out with
the
you.
Hoboken family.
Oh,
That was-
Trapani's
Vinny's
jewelry
store,
store.
right?
Yeah, what a
Bob had a jewelry
jewelry store on Washington Street, and
They were-
the guy loves you.
Yeah.
He comes here. He had to go pick up, like, I think, a T-bone steak for his uncle in New York. He called him on the phone while I was here.
Right.
He's like, these are like family. He goes, I have to see my family. Yeah, yeah.
We were very close with them.
Yeah. So they always speak about you and they miss you and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
we
And
missed them too.
my mother was godchild for Dana.
Oh, Dana's godchild?
Yeah.
Wow,
Dana was
great.
in school with my son Lenny, so Dana was 49 years old.
She's
Right.
down in
We
Florida.
went to St.
Yeah.
Peter and Paul together.
Right.
Dana used to call my mother Mama Lucy. And everybody called her Mama Lucy. Yeah,
Yeah,
all
she-
the boys, little Mama Lucy.
You know, talking about your mom, back in about a year and a half ago, we interviewed Frank Garrett Jr., the son of Frank Sinatra's godfather, and who lived next door to your butcher shop.
Right.
And Frank many times went to Sinatra's concerts and would go backstage. And it was actually Frank's wife, Anna, who told us this story. She said, he stopped, ever in the butcher shop, whatever, and they told your mother that, oh, we're going to see Sinatra at Carnegie Hall, whatever.
Right.
And your mother said, oh, you are? Can you do me a favor? And she said, sure, what? She said, yeah, wait, take this pocketbook. When you go see Sinatra, you have Sinatra touch this pocketbook. And that's the story that Anna told.
Yeah, it's a true story. Ann needed my mother had this fancy pocketbook, and Ann was going to see Sinatra, and so she says, I'm going to make Frank Sinatra touch it. And she,
Yeah, and he
she
did.
And he
She
did.
said, oh, I made sure he did it. And I told him, I said, who this is for?
Yeah.
I also used to spend a lot of time in your neighborhood because I used to date your next door neighbor.
That's
so
right.
there was Nellie and Papa was a brother,
Right.
and
Nice family.
Eddie and the Mendez family next door. So it was
Right.
like right next door to the extension.
Right.
At the time, I think Parry's were there in the early '80s,
Right,
and
he's still in the front there.
Mr. Parry made the best potato salad. And a couple times I went there, and it was kind of small place, but I went there and he's like, oh, we're out of potato salad, but you come back in like 15 minutes, I'll make you fresh. And he'd make it, and I go next door and get like a bologna and cheese sandwich from my father, and I was like in heaven with the great food from Hoboken.
He had the recipe for the potato salad
best.
from Fred.
Best.
He made
Oh my
German,
God.
German style.
Yeah, it was
style
great.
Potato salad.
Yeah.
And his rice pudding was.
Yeah.
His rice pudding was.
So I had my German Italian meal.
Yeah.
The rice pudding that went down.
That was an old recipe
Easy.
too.
I don't know
That
if
went
anybody
away.
has that recipe anymore, but it actually, he baked it in the oven, and it had a kind of crust on top.
Yeah, it was great.
It was really unbelievable.
Are you guys planning to expand it all, like going online or the internet, or? I remember eating at Helmer's too, and their meat was always very good. And I think that you guys deliver to a lot of restaurants in town.
Yeah, we have a few. Yeah,
So you-
Augustino's.
Augustino's.
We actually we supplied the Gigi's right down over here next
Okay.
door to you.
Wow.
And
I was wondering where they get that quality meat from.
Yeah. We have a.
So it's still the Hoboken connection.
Yes.
So you feed individual people and also commercially in
Yeah,
restaurants.
We have
and
a small wholesale.
wholesale. Okay.
Yeah. We have a few restaurants that we.
So you both of you work like 12 hours a day?
Yeah.
Yes. 6
Crazy.
days a week.
Crazy.
6 days a week.
Wow.
That's why it's hard work.
You guys look so young, so it must be.
I just turned 65, and Stevie
I
just turned 62. So
Wow.
we'll hang in there for a few more years.
Yankee
Well, I
fans?
hope you guys hang in there for many, many more years.
Yeah.
We'll see what
Thank you.
happens. Thank you.
Okay.
In fact, I saw your truck the other day on Washington Street, the white van.
Yeah.
So it's no longer a bicycle anymore.
No more
No.
bicycle with a basket. No.
There's a basket on a bumper.
Yeah. When we first started out, we had a station wagon, then we bought our first truck, and I would say maybe in 1969
Wow.
we had our first truck.
It was a
And
blue van.
Now, at one time, the three of you were there, you two guys, and your father.
yeah, one time, yeah. Well, Stevie was working, but he used to come, like you say, when he used to get off work, he used to come right to the store. Yeah,
And then your dad said one day, guys,
yeah, and then, yeah.
hang up my apron.
Well, he came to work every
Every
day.
day. He never missed work, my
Really?
dad. Even though he was on to get sick, he came.
Did you guys have to salute him when you walked in?
No.
No?
No. But then
Yeah,
he loved the work.
He loved the people
loved-
too.
he loved
He
the
loved to
people.
see the people. Yeah.
He
yeah.
loved the people and he loved what
Conversations. Yeah.
he was doing. He enjoyed being a butcher. He enjoyed the customers. He enjoyed his family, and that's one thing that he loved his family, and that was part of his life. That was and him and my mother, they built a beautiful thing.
Raised a nice family.
Great family
and,
too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there were other butchers with good quality meat.
Oh,
Like we
yeah.
mentioned Piero's. I remember when they were on 9th and Willow.
My father was good friends with
with
Al and
The old man would wear the straw hat.
Yeah, his father, right? He used to sit outside.
Danny came in the store all the time. Even when they retired, Danny was always in the store.
Yeah.
And
There's,
then Al got sick,
Now,
he
passed
didn't.
away.
After they closed the store, he got sick, and
We were friendly with all the butcher shops. in
Joey's,
town.
you guys
Market,
know?
Joe's Market,
Joe Scardino.
Joe Scardino. We were very good friends.
Everybody was competition, but they were all friends.
No, we all helped each other.
Yeah, they helped each other. So
Yeah.
it was technically competition, but the thing is, everybody liked each other, so they helped each other out.
Johnny,
If someone ran out of cheese, they would deliver it down.
Anthony Sacchi, the Sacchi's Meat Market.
Ottamanelli?
who was the
No,
butcher?
Sacchi's, okay.
Sacchi, and then there was John's Meat Market on First Street. Ernie Rosanico. Yeah, we used to help him out too, and he used to help us out too. We were in a pinch, so we
Real
got along.
nice.
You got along with.
I
all
need
of-
this. He goes, and you help each other.
There was a butcher shop around the corner on Willow between 8th and 9th.
Yeah, the Pleasant Meat Market.
Pleasant Meat Market.
Yeah, that was the Pleasant
That was
Meat
like
Market.
the
That was
stone's throw of you.
right, and when everybody made a living. Well, people stayed in the neighborhood, and they didn't get in a car and drive away. To go to a mall. There was no mall.
There was no supermarkets either, right?
Everybody.
Well, there was.
No, there was.
There was
But
some
not
supermarkets.
it was A&P.
There was a Safeway.
Oh, Food
There
Town.
was an A&P.
There was a Food Town too in the 80s.
But we saw them all close.
Yeah.
The people years ago used to shop every day. They didn't have these giant refrigerators or they every day they went out and they bought
Fresh Direct.
Yeah. You know.
We saw all the supermarkets
There was no
close.
Costco's or
Target,
TJ's,
yeah.
where people go now. They buy all the stuff where they put it. You know, I mean, so years ago they just shop for dinner and then they go out.
You know, years ago they used to go. They had the delis, they had the butcher shop, they had the vegetable store.
Yeah.
They used to pick up the bread and
The
you
little
know.
grocery
Where'd
store.
everybody get their cheese?
Yeah, well, they used to have, you know, there was plenty of Italian delis. There's still plenty of Italian.
Plenty of
delis.
German delis too.
Yeah, they're all the German delis are gone.
All gone.
They had
Well, we had like I said, we had Muses, we
Yeah,
had
Mullers.
we had Mullers,
Fourth on Bloomfield.
Groovies.
movies.
Oh,
Groovies,
yeah,
right?
Groovies, yeah.
Groovies.
Groovy.
Yeah, there was a lot more, but I forget.
But there's one on 906
You know, when your
Washington.
dad opened in 1952,
So-
there had to be at least 25 other butcher shops
Oh,
yeah.
within a mile square.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me that,
Just in this
that
neighborhood
you're the
alone.
last. I had to drive around and I had to prove it to myself. I said, no, it can't be. It can't be the last.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
It's a testament to your dad, to you guys.
Yeah.
Not only quality meat, service.
Yes.
It's a whole package.
Oh, that's
Yes.
what it is. Yeah,
Yeah, service.
Right? It's a whole
And
package.
like I said, we treat everybody like with family. You know, people come in, you know, they want a cup of coffee or something.
Yeah.
That was my mother's job. You want a cup of coffee?
Yeah. She used to give this.
She's the hostess.
She used to give everything away, all the bread away.
And she started with the
Coffee.
lollipops, you know.
When we expanded, she and my father passed away. She was more visible in the store. She used to come down every day.
Yeah, she used to sit in the window and talk to everybody.
She used to talk
She knew everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
I have another question for you guys. You guys work 12 hours a day. What do you do for enjoyment? Like, do you have any hobbies at all? Or you a Yankee fan, a Met
Oh,
fan?
Yankee fan.
Yankee fan, all right.
Yeah.
That's Steve, everybody, so they know.
We're big Yankee fans. I was there Sunday for Jeter Day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
we went to Jeter Day.
So you jam everything into Sundays.
Sunday is the big
Church.
And Sunday,
You guys are
I'm an usher.
heavy at church,
St. Anne's?
right?
I'm an usher at St. Anne's. I do this at the 7 o'clock evening mass every Sunday. So we
You do some fundraisers for them too, right?
yeah, I belong to the Holy Name, and we do 2 fundraisers a year. One in the spring.
Real
and one in the
successful too,
fall.
yeah.
Yeah, we raise some money for the church.
Great church.
And then then we have St. Anne's Day. We still involved with St. Anne's Day, and that's the only day we close.
Yeah, the whole family comes in. The whole family.
What do you guys cook on St. Anne days?
No,
Yes,
yeah, the
we
whole
do.
family comes down and
The family comes. The saint comes to the store.
Wow,
and
wow.
we close.
The saint comes to the store. That's a special store.
Yeah.
We never had any saints here.
We have the procession comes to
Wow.
the store, and that's the only day we close to the public.
That has
other
to be
than
the
Sunday.
furthest uptown
Yeah.
that they bring
Well,
the saint.
if as the years went, as downtown changed, the route of the saint changed. So they started to come up north. I mean, I would say in the late '80s, and they've been coming up this way ever since. So every year we close the store and we put food out for the saint, but most we try to get the family to come down, both sides of the family, my mom's side and my father's side. When my father was sick the last year, and St. Anne's Day happened to be on a Sunday, and the whole family came down, and that was my father's last St. Anne's Day. So we try to keep the tradition going ever since he passed away.
What was your mother's maiden name?
Pishoda.
Wow.
Pishoda. Yeah. So.
And it's nice because we do something for the neighborhood, the neighbors and everything, and his family,
And the family,
and we try to keep it a tradition. We're a tradition that's left, in Hoboken, and we try to keep it going.
Well, it was wonderful talking to you guys.
Yeah.
You've,
It was nice
so
to talk
you
to
guys
too.
are a Hoboken institution. In fact, I'm sitting here tonight with two Hoboken institutions.
Right.
I'm
The
sitting here with the
Mullers.
Truglios at the Mullers.
Yes.
And
Just as long as we don't end up in an institution.
is there anything you want to say before we close, that you want to talk about or close with, or reminisce or something?
Oh, it was just nice that you people invited us here, me and my brother, and it's nice that we have our business and something that my father started, and thank God,
We still think about him all the time, right?
Yeah,
By
yeah.
speaking about him, and same
Yeah.
same with my parents, my father.
And like I said, me and my brother very lucky. We have a beautiful family. We got beautiful wives that supports us, and we got beautiful children, that support us. And we're happy that our children are doing good. We're very proud of our children. And
We love Hoboken, and we're here all
Hoboken
our
gave
lives.
us, Hoboken
Gave
gave
us a good living all our
living.
lives, and we thank all our customers for since 1952 that patronized our store for all these years.
I feel real lucky to be able to be sitting with Len Luizzi, famous Hoboken historian, as a co-host. I don't know, Lenny's the main guy, but the co-host here. And I have to say that I feel lucky to be sitting with Stevie and Joe. And I have to mention too that I still play ice hockey. I've been playing for the last 25 years. And one of the Truglios I play hockey against, Joe Truglio, your cousin. And this guy is like 6'8" or something like that. He's like huge. He's good friends with Jimmy Nardello, that's a retired fire captain, and tremendous hockey player. And I think I used to play against him for like years. He never beat me up, so it's pretty close. I'm friends with your cousins, and he'd leave me alone on the ice. So the rest of the guys on his team kind of hit me a lot. But I finally, I think, got to play hockey with him for Ramapo College alumni, maybe 8 years ago, 10 years ago. And it was so nice being on his side because I didn't have to worry about getting crushed by him.
Yeah. He graduated from Ramapo.
Yeah.
With James
Nardello, yeah. Nardello's 6'5", so put them both together. Probably it's like a Truglios Meat Market truck coming down the street. I'd rather get hit by the truck than them.
Can I mention
Sure.
Jay Trelease is here?
Who's that?
This guy over here that I listen to 1010 News all the time.
He's a good friend.
And we got to find out where the traffic is, so we put 1010 and Jay will tell us where to go.
But Jay's a producer. He's not supposed to talk.
Yeah, I know, but he was a good friend of ours, and he's been coming to the store for many years. And,
Oh, so you do have someone famous. I asked you before. You're like,
Jay Trelease.
Lenny goes there.
I can do better than that.
Next time, bring John Matone.
Jump.
Well, I want to thank the
He's not
Truglio
from
brothers
Hoboken.
and our producer and a man who really is Hoboken talking, Jay Trelease, and Roger Muller for the use of the Muller Insurance Studio. Thank you guys, and I hope we get to do this again.
All right, Lenny.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice seeing you guys.
All right,
Okay.
Roger.
All right. Bye.